Hey guys, so Bloons Tower Defense 6, super hype. I'm really excited for this game, and it came out earlier than I expected, and I wanted to push this video out yesterday, but I didn't, so oh well. I recorded the first 30 minutes of me playing this game, and basically I just want to talk about my first impressions and how I felt about the game so far. I've played a lot more than I have in this video, and I just wanted to give some talks about it. The tutorial's pretty nice, actually. Yeah, and the new upgrading system is pretty interesting. I like how it lets you choose your upgrades, because there's some upgrades I really don't care for, but at the same time, as the upgrades get more and more expensive than, like, an XP, then you basically can just get the other ones for pretty much no cost whatsoever. I also like how you can choose what towers you unlock at the beginning, but it doesn't really matter that much because you don't really, like, you have to unlock the primary towers and then the military towers and then etc. Oops, my phone just went off. And it's not really that great in my opinion. Like, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nifty and the game gives you a lot more choice, but like after the first, 20ish levels, it really doesn't matter. I mean, that's fine. But you always had to unlock upgrades, like, from 4 on, I think. No, I think in 4 you had to unlock the 4th tiers, and then 5 through, then you had to unlock the rest. So, when I first was watching, like, ISAB's video in on this game, I wasn't really, like, paying attention to the fact that in a tutorial they gave you $500 extra to afford Quincy. And I thought heroes in this game were going to be like how they were in Kingdom Rush, if you know what that game is, where you start with the hero automatically, and it was free. But fortunately, the hero is not free. In easy mode, Quincy costs $650, but in hard it costs $755, which makes him harder to afford, and honestly, it's much better. I'm glad there's auto start in this game. And it's much easier to toggle than in previous games. It makes microing with the fast forward button a lot easier. The tack shooter is a bit underwhelming in this game, and I think now that I've got some monkey knowledge in tack shooter, I think it'll be a little bit better. And also, I really wish I would have invested in glue at the start, because glue seems like a really valuable investment. Glue is quite good in this game. In terms of tower XP, though, 3rd tier upgrades seem to be really expensive, and then 4th tier seem to be insanely expensive. And when you specialize in the same towers like I do almost every time, it's really hard to unlock upgrades for, like, the wizard and the druid. It's really annoying. Also, you can see me struggle to place towers a little bit, and one thing I don't know how to feel about this in this game is that the tower footprints are a lot bigger than they used to be, so you can't fit nearly as many towers on the map. It's much harder to fit them. And also, in certain scenarios, the footprints aren't accurate at the banana farm. I know I'm kind of just not really talking about the gameplay, I'm just talking about my first impressions, but that's because, like, the gameplay is pretty standard. I'm just going through and getting upgrades, kind of spamming some towers. I played 2 maps on easy. I played this map and the tree stump map on easy, kind of just to get some levels in and to get some base towers so I could actually take on hard. And I didn't actually end up getting enough towers to take on hard. I actually lost around 63, because round 63 is also a pain in the butt in this game. But, I mean, it's whatever. Cannons seem to be pretty good. Tack shooters seem to be underwhelming, and dart monkeys seem to be basically as good as they were. Dart monkeys, if you didn't notice, start with multiple pierce, and I think that is really nice. And also heli pilot. I've heard a lot about heli pilot in this game. Heli pilot seems to be pretty good. Moab push is what I'm going for right now. Moab push is quite the upgrade. Here you got some glaive throwers. Okay, so something you may not have noticed, but I had to cut the thing right there because I accidentally pressed a button and it brought up my Apple ID. And the thing about this game that really annoys me is that there's a lot of accidental clicking that you can do. Like, you can accidentally click on upgrades and, like, completely halt your round. And that can get kind of annoying. Also, my biggest gripe, I should have discussed this right at the beginning, but my biggest gripe for this game is the fact that it's laggy. Like it's really hard to play at times because the lag will just straight up freeze your game. I don't really like that. Obviously lag is kind of like a big factor, but I was talking in CBB's stream, and I was like, man, I don't fuck with this. I really don't. It's too much. Like, the game performance is just really annoying, and I don't know. It's okay enough to like be playable, but sometimes like when I approach like round 80, and I haven't even done like chimps mode yet to even hit round 100. Like, I don't even want to know how much lag that'll cause. A lot of the rounds in this game are very similar to BTD, except as you'll see, there will be a Moab on round 40. But the good thing about that I've noticed about the Moab being on round 40 is that you don't get another one until round 50, and you can just spend a lot of time on farms. And now, speaking of farms, I don't know if I unlock them in this video. I do at the very end, but I want to talk about them briefly. Farms are pretty heavily nerfed in this game. They are way more, they're 300 more expensive at base, and they don't give as much money. The Banana Research Facility, which costs even more in this game than it does in BTD5, only gives half as much cash. And I find that to be a little unsettling because it's really hard to eco. It's much harder for me to eco now, at least. But I found that on hard mode, you don't really need that much eco. Like, it's really easy to defend everything on hard mode once you get up like your round 63 defense, and then you really won't have many issues. Is the thing, like, round 63 and like 76 are definitely the hardest rounds. 78 is debatable. But like once you're able to get those defenses up, then you're really not going to have much of an issue in the game in general. Also, there's 3 upgrade paths, and I never really talked about that. I probably should have when I was talking about upgrades. I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked talking about general things in the game. 3 upgrade paths, and one is pretty unique to BTD6, and the others are loosely based off of the BTD5 upgrades. You can only upgrade 2 upgrade paths at a time, and that's felt really weird because normally I'm used to like certain towers having camo with other upgrades, but then they won't. I can't really think of, like, Sniper. Sniper's the perfect example. I had a Sniper up at, it was like 202 or something like that, and it didn't have camo, and I thought it did, and I ended up leaking to 1 life on round 24, when the first camo balloon comes out, just like in BTD5. A lot of this game basically is just a learning curve. As you can tell, I got down to 1 life, and that's because I over-ecoed, and like I said, farms are heavily nerfed, so I over-eco a lot, and I end up punishing myself for it, which really sucks, and I need to learn how to manage my eco effectively. I'm getting better at it. I also don't really understand what's really a good cost-effective defense. Also, you unlock ninjas really late in this game, and I don't really know how, I appreciate that. And ninjas, I'm used to ninja being a primary tower. It's not really much of a magic tower. No, that's just me. Just a small criticism on the game. But overall, I've played this game a lot in the past couple days, and it's really fun. And I wouldn't say, I'm harping on the game for the things that I don't really like about it and the things that are bugging me about it, but in general, this is a very fun game, and I've played a lot of it, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface of how much this game really has to offer. I mean, like I said, I've only beaten a few maps on hard. I haven't used, the heroes are pretty interesting, and there's a lot to do in the game, and there's a lot to upgrade, and there's a lot to see. I'm really liking the new towers, by the way. The Druid Tower is like the old Wizard, but on steroids, basically. It's just way better. It has a projectile that shoots at 5, and then it also... Oh, it's really nice. And I don't think I use it in this video. The Alchemist Tower seems really interesting. It's another AoE, like, it's another, dot effect, and I really like dot effects. I mean, I love the stripper in SAS 4, so speaking of SAS 4, I'm probably gonna stream some more of that. Anyway, now that I've beaten a couple maps on easy, it's time to try and transition to hard mode. And spoiler alert, since I only recorded 30 minutes of footage, I don't get through all of it. Also, I wanted to try out this new hero, Gwendolyn. And after I tried out Gwendolyn, also spoiler alert, I went immediately back to Quincy. From the hero, like, I haven't tried out Striker Jones, but from the 2 heroes I've tried out, Quincy seems to be the best. Also, I really struggle at creating an LLL starting defense. And that's getting really annoying. But I found some good ways for like cheap starts, but on this map it's just, as you can see, I'm going to try, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to try for a little bit, trying some different placements and stuff like that. I'm just trying to do NLL so I can be ready for like chimps mode when it gets around to it, but I think that'll come with time. But I think this is the defense that actually works, so we actually keep going this time. I don't remember if I get up triple darts or not. Triple darts is pretty nice, I do. I really enjoy triple darts in this game, just because it already has 2 pierce, so it's pretty nice, but I still try to go for that, apparently. Here I unlock the ninja, because I love the ninja monkey. Ninja is probably one of my favorite towers in this game, actually. It doesn't get Seeking Shuriken when I use it with Distraction. That's my only problem with it, but, like, that's just because I'm used to it. But Counter Espionage is really nice, especially for rounds 51, when you really don't want to get up a radar beacon. Village. Right there I sell for Gwendolyn, and Gwendolyn has this nice fire attack. It shoots pretty fast, but it's not as effective as I wished it would be. It's because Quincy has homing bolts, and I find that more effective. But now that, like, Quincy's main weakness is fast Bloons, and I want to try this out now because I bet it would be fast. Like, I bet it would be more effective against more quick Bloons. I got up some ninja spam here so I can unlock the upgrades. I unlocked the upgrades for ninja pretty quick. Also, I don't know what this boosting thing is. I'll have to check that out. I think it just boosts my tower's effectiveness, so yeah. I get Seeking Shuriken, and honestly the Seeking Shuriken path isn't that good compared to the Distraction path. But I also haven't gotten up like the 4th tier bottom ninja yet, and I kind of want to try it out. But I think that'll come with a time, and I'll just do it later. I can't wait to try alternate Bloons, because alternate Bloons sounds really hard. So I'm going to try that out. That'll probably be my next video, honestly. I don't think I'll do it on this map, but I'll probably do it on Four Corners, because Four Corners is an interesting map. Also, the map selection in this game seems to be really nice so far. I'm really enjoying the maps that they've made. Also, I'm already unlocking double shots, so you know, like, it's pretty good. Get up a cannon. It's pretty nice. You know, so cluster bombs in this game, there's recursive cluster and stuff. I really wish you could get balloon impact with cluster bombs like you could in the previous games, but, you know, it's not as effective. Also, there you can see I get, looking at Moab Push, because Moab Push, it reminds me a lot of the balloon chipper from BTD5, where if you get up 1, it'll basically pop 1 Moab for free. Well, it doesn't take it down to ZOMG, but it automatically destroys BFBs and Moabs. And for the price, it's really good. Anyway, we're nearing the end of the video. So those were my first 30 minutes, and I'll catch you all later.